Kino is yet another video making app for the iPhone. Another one. But the difference with this one, the one that you're watching this video from, the one I'm filming with, is that it's been made by award-winning developers. The same ones who made Halide, whatever you want to call it. Those same award-winning developers have come up with an app which they think can dethrone the Blackmagic camera app as my go-to and probably a lot of other people's go-to videography app for the iPhone. Now, before I tell you whether it can do that or not, this app has just been released. It's been under an hour since I've had this app, so I don't have all the details, but what I want to tell you in this video is what I make of this app. Is it any good? How beginner friendly is it? And most importantly, can it dethrone the Blackmagic camera app? This app costs £10. It costs £10 right now because it's the introductory sale, and it will do for the next 7 days. Or at least it's going to cost £10 for the next 7 days, or $10 or €10, or whichever country you're in, is roughly equivalent to £10. And from then it's going to double the price to 20 quid. And I just wanted to get that out of the way because the Blackmagic camera app is free. So what do you get for £10 of your money, or my money? Well, first of all, you get an app that's been built by award-winning developers, and developers who care about what they're building, and developers who care about the ecosystem, the UI, the UX, and generally all things to do with making apps. And for me, that matters a lot. Maybe not for you, but certainly that ranks quite highly for me because I know that these people who've made a lot of other apps, sure, you can take out the award-winning part of it, but what they do is they actually support the apps throughout all different generations of iPhones. They keep on updating them, they keep on fixing bugs, and they make using the app easy for everyone for a long period of time. And that is a big plus for me. Getting back to the cost, the 10 quid dilemma, this app stands out in a couple of different ways. First of all, you get 11 LUTs out the box baked in this app. That roughly means you get a LUT for every £2. Pretty good. But these LUTs have actually been made by industry professionals. These aren't just LUTs that they've put together. These have been built with the help of industry professionals, and the look and feel is pretty cool, cinematic. You're looking at some of it right now. How does it look to you? Now let me show you a screen grab of my phone whilst I've been recording this so you can see the logos of some of these LUTs. And a lot of these are inspired by pretty big names, big brands. Kodak, you can see this logo looking like Kodaks and Fujis, but they make it really easy for you to just stick it on. Click it, it's on, baked into the video. You don't have to then put it post. And by put it post, I mean you don't have to reapply it in post, even though you applied it during filming. It just bakes it in. You can share that video, put it on Instagram, do whatever it is you want to do with it. Simple. Secondly, and the more impressive thing that this app does is something called auto motion. And basically what it's trying to do is it's trying to keep the shutter angle at 180 degrees. Or if you're doing like a 24 frames per second film, that means that you need to keep your shutter speed at 1/48 of a second. So it's trying to keep it constrained to that limit. And by doing that, all the motion is going to look blurry and not, jarry and very staticky. So that's something that they're trying to do out the box without you having to worry about, hey, how do I keep the shutter speed 1/48, or how do I keep my shutter angle at 180? Whichever one you work with, they have this feature called auto motion, which hopefully will do that for you. And all you'll have to do is just point, start recording, and as long as you see a little auto motion green button on the top left, it means it's doing its job, and the motion that you'll be collecting or the video that you'll be recording is going to be Pretty cool, blurry automotion. Now, I've talked about a couple of things which really stand out, but both of these are out the box, point and shoot, get it out there, easy to work with, very beginner friendly. But there are a lot of professional camera users out there, or iPhone camera users out there, who will ask me, hey, what are the pro features available on this little app? Well, it's got you covered. Already mentioned the shutter speed, shutter angle, covered. Grid and RGB waveform so you can see how your image is looking, covered. Pull focus with focus peaking. Wow. Did you expect that one? Covered. And finally, audio levels. I'm recording this on the app. I've connected it to the DJI mic, connected in there. It's got the audio levels there. I can't see it because I'm using the back cameras of the iPhone, not the front one. But I think it's doing a good job, and it definitely was doing a good job when I was recording it out there, handheld. Covered. It's got the lot, and it all works. Pro users, covered. But I have found a few issues with the app in its current iteration, which I'm a little disappointed by, and also a little surprised that they've actually made it out to a production app, which I don't think is a big deal, but it's worth discussing. It's something that I'm pretty sure, actually I'm guaranteeing that it will be fixed in the future, but I'm surprised it's made it out this far. So let's get into a few things that I don't like, things that maybe they'll fix if they listen to me in this video. Let me tell you what they are. First, the smaller text gets truncated, which is really weird. The 0.5x camera text is a bit too big for the circle that it lives in, and it basically truncates it if that's the camera that you selected. And then also the auto manual, I think it's the focusing on the left side, that also is truncated. And you don't know really, why is it saying A dot dot, M dot dot, dot dot dot? Too much text is being truncated. And I'm using the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so no excuse there. I think it's just some font issues maybe. They just need to make it smaller, either make the circle bigger, whatever it is, but I'm sure they'll figure it out and sort it out in the next update. The next one, and a bigger one for me, and I'm surprised that none of the beta testers found this bug, is that when you're recording in landscape mode, in auto, just pressing the record button, again, lots of truncated text. I don't know what the recording numbers mean. They're in red, great, but they flicker because there's not enough space for them to show me the full digits by the looks of it, and it looks a bit unpolished. Something you don't expect from someone like Halide. Okay, I think I've figured out what the issue is. I don't know if I can blame Halide, maybe I can, but my system default text font size is a little bigger than the default, which probably means that a lot of these icons and the font sizes are bigger and just isn't enough room for them. So I don't know if that's Halide's fault or my fault, but I expect to use different font size than the system ones. I just like to see things slightly bigger because I'm a little blind. And maybe they should have catered for that. Maybe they will cater for that in the next updates. But I figured it out. Oh, the other negative thing kind of goes with the other buggy things that are going on, is that it's frozen on me a couple of times. And I've put up a little video where you can see I'm definitely not in this location, but it's stuck. The video is stuck in that one location. I've had to force quit the app and get it back in order to get the cameras working again. I just wanted to add that in there. I think there's just a few unpolished things going on with this app, which I know they'll improve, but it's worth knowing. The biggest one though, the biggest feature, which I think this app is missing, the one that is on the Blackmagic camera app, my favorite app, is landscape shooting in vertical mode. What do I mean by that? I mean, I hold the phone straight, but it records in landscape. It is a game-changing feature, and please make it happen on this app. Just make it happen, because I think it's actually much more stable for me to hold the camera like this with one hand, record it whilst I'm walking sideways, forward, backwards. It's more stable, the footage is more stable, everything is more stable if I'm holding it in one hand and the other hand is supporting me or balancing myself. If I'm holding it in landscape, which I have to do for this one and a lot of the other apps out there, well, I've got to focus the camera, a little bit of shake. My left hand isn't as stable as my right hand and you see some shakes. It happens. Whereas if you're holding your dominant hand and you hold it vertically and you record it, I guarantee you it's just life-changing. And Blackmagic Cam has that. So I hope they add this feature request from me, please. Apart from those three things that I've just mentioned, everything is grand. It works fantastic. It works as I expect it to work. I love the ability to bake in LUTs. I love the fact that it has this automotion thing without me having to worry about if I have too much light or not. You can change the exposure and it pretty much figures it out. That's very good. Would I recommend this app to you? It's a bit early for me to tell. Again, I've only had it for an hour. I need to test it. I need to compare it with my go-to Blackmagic Cam and see whether these LUTs will actually drive me over to this one. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but that's for another video. And maybe you have some questions that you want me answering for you. If you have, then leave a comment down below and I'll answer them for you in the next one. But having said that, for the next 7 days, this app is for $10. So if you're thinking about it, just get it because it's half price. Just do it because it's half price. Up next for me is just taking this app out into the real world a little more, doing some more extensive filming, seeing what I like about it, seeing what I really don't like about it, and making a little review for you guys. If you'd like to see that, leave a thumbs up. That's all from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.